Greetings, programs! Today's Brando review is from the Collector's Corner. It is the 2004 Alien 3 Alien Queen Chestburster Polystone statue from Palisades. Let's do this. Start off with the packaging. You get this box. You know what? I'm going to measure the box right now to see how big the box is. If you are worried about taking it into packaging, it's about 11¼ inches tall. The width of it's about 8¼ and I want to say depth is about 7. So that is the box measurements. Of course, I'll get the statue measurements after I show you the box and unbox the product. But here is the front of the packaging. It looks really great. Up top left here, you have your Palisades logo. Get your Alien 3 logo with the space like the opening credits. Your picture of your statue and the base. And then behind that is the yellow corridors of Fury 161. Down below, you got your text. You got more text here on the left. Palisades Toys website, and then of course the item that we have. So it's the front. Here is the left side. You get your really close up and showing the detail of the statue. Same logo, all that great jazz. Something that's really interesting that I noticed on my package, I don't know if it's on all of them, might be because of the eBay seller or whatnot, but there's like a little swirl here, so that's really interesting. And of course you have the corridor again, and then a text there. On the back, you got your logo, same text there. On the left, you got your same picture of the statue, corridor. Here is the text. You can pause and read that if you like to. On the bottom right, you have your also available from Palisades, Alien vs. Predator statues. On the bottom right, you have your disclaimer saying, the pictures we're showing might not be what you get. They're just photos of the prototype. And of course, the credits and copyrights of 20th Century Fox. On the left, you have your credits of all the people that worked on the statue. And on the bottom left, you have your barcode. And on the other side of the box, you just have the same exact design as the other side, but this you have a different photo. It looks like a reverse angle of the Queen Chestburster. And then the bottom of the box, you get your number, and then you get where Palisades is located, as well as keep info for reference, aka look at the top, limited edition. You know me, I am a huge Alien 3 fan, and I have the exact last one ever made. That makes me so happy. And then here is the top of the box, and we are going to unbox it, which I already have opened it, unboxed it, and had it on my desk for a while, but I wanted to do a review to show off this guy in case you want to buy him. So you open him up, and you're going to have styrofoam, 2 big chunks with 2 little cutouts to have your fingers grip and pull out. There's also some tape here on the sides. I'll push this box out of the way. You can see there that it does a good job of securing the statue in place. I'm gonna get styrofoam pieces probably everywhere here. You can do one of 2 things. You can open it up this way, like so, or if you're feeling ballsy, which I don't recommend you can open it up that way. You risk your statue falling over. So I kind of just have it like this, and then you have a bag over the statue. I'm gonna set it aside here and just show you the cutouts of the styrofoam. It's pretty tight. It keeps it securely in place, so Palisades did a great job. So you got your statue here with a bag, and then you kind of just take the statue out of the bag, and then there we have her. So I'll get measurements to show off how tall and wide and all that good stuff. She's roughly like 7¾ inches tall. Width of her, I guess the actual from her backside to this part of the tail is about 6 inches. And then her bottom of the tail to the top is roughly 7. And then top of the base to top of the tail is like 9¾ And of course the depth of her, I'll go base. Her base is about 4½ inches. And then her actual body is about 2. So quickly getting up close and personal with her. She has a okay sculpt. The most detail is probably in this area. I don't know, maybe the arms, but something that really attracts me is this. It's a decent sculpt. It's not the Sideshow Collectibles maquette, which went for a lot of money, but it looked really awesome. This guy, or I should say this girl, is pretty serviceable, especially for the price point. She used to go for really affordable prices of like 60 bucks, 40, 50 bucks. Now I got her last year at like, I think 100, maybe 150, but she pretty much goes for about that, maybe even higher. But I got her, I think, roughly 150, and it was actually a good price considering the limited number that I have. But this is the Sculpt. You can see here the tail curls around. It's very solid. It's not moving anywhere. Honestly, I don't recommend you grabbing her by the tail. Or body down here, I have my grip, and then the base. So she is roughly, I don't know, a couple pounds. I'd say 4 pounds, maybe 5 maximum. I'd say 3 to 4. But she's a nice little size, little statue to put on your desk or in your cabinet. The Sculpt here, it looks really good. If you had some more dramatic lighting, I'm sure it would even look better. I think one of my favorite parts is her tail. It looks just like all the Chestbursters we've seen and all the face huggers tails. So they did a really good job of continuity. Her tail tip, I think it should be maybe a little bit longer, but at the same time, it still looks really great. Of course, her head, the queen, looks really good. And her base is something very interesting. It's got like this like webbing type deal. I guess like the organic material that goes on people when they're being cocooned. That's what it looks like to me. But man, I don't like the splashing, and there's like only like a little bit of red blood here. So like, what is this essentially supposed to be? I don't know. Sculpting wise, it actually looks pretty decent. And of course the splash there. And I'll show you the bottom of the base. You see my limited edition number. And of course they include 4 felt pellets. They're very thin. They're not like your traditional very thick pellets, which is a good thing, because if you have it too thick, you're probably gonna have wobble. And this girl has pretty much no wobble, maybe a little bit on the back side because of the balancing probably, but pretty much no wobble. The higher felt you go, the more wobble you're gonna have. But there's all the text, the logo, the credits at the bottom, and of course the limited edition which you receive. Now the paint in this girl is actually really, really interesting. You have like a bunch of different colors. You have like a gunmetal type deal here for the head. But if you notice on the head, there's like a bunch of speckles all over this girl. It's a really great touch for the paint. It makes her look like an actual real little xenomorph chestburster. You can see it here. And it's really evident here on the bottom of the tail, because you can see the contrasting brown spots, and then it continues all the way. And you can also see it. It's not that much present on the rest of the body. It's mostly on the head and the face. See if we get close to show the face off. You can also see that the mouth, with the inner mouth sculpted there, the teeth are painted silver. The inner mouth is actually also painted silver. So that's actually a really great job. Really great job by Palisades to do that. I really like the paint. The little speckles is a really great touch. Even goes around all the way to the top of the tail. Don't know if you can see that, but kind of doesn't really do much here. It's kind of very bland. So it's really great that they added in extra detailing there, if not because of the sculpt. I guess the only real flaw I have of this thing is the detailing is okay. It's not spectacular. However, this is a lower price point. The arms, the only thing I can think of, the arms, it looks like a model kit. Like you just glued them in, because you can see the difference here because of the sculpt. They kind of just look like they're added in rather than the actual xenomorph like being a part of one rather than like 2 pieces. That's the only real flaw I have. Besides that, I think for the price point, the sculpt looks okay. The paint is alright. And like I previously mentioned, I don't get the red here. Actually, when I bought this, I thought of like getting some like gray paint and kind of just getting rid of it. Because if you have it standing on your desk or wherever you have it, I'll take it off of my hand. The red looks maybe a little bit distracting. However, you can see the contrasting like dark brown and like lighter brown here. The red does a good job of accompanying that scheme. So we have like 3 colors here, and they're all pretty much in the same exact little bundle. So it's actually okay. And I don't know if you notice, it kind of has like this iridescent type deal. I'll see if I get close and show you. Maybe you can see easier. But it has like a little iridescence type deal going on. Like you get your red blood here, but it's also like a little bit of a red kind of brushed throughout, and it gives it a little bit of shine and sparkle to the otherwise generic and bland gray. So Palisades, this is a pretty good little figure statue for the price that you get it for. Honestly, I don't mind the price I paid for, especially considering the number I have. And of course, I love Alien 3, so this guy is relatively small. He's not too big. He's not going to take up a lot on your desk. I keep on saying him. I meant she. But honestly, she looks great. I really recommend her. I'm going to give her a 9 out of 10. She gets the loved it seal of approval. Thanks guys very much for watching the Collector's Corner. I'll try to have more statues, comic books, customs, adult collectibles, etc., on this channel and review them for you guys. End of line. I'm Brando and I fight for the users. Thank you for choosing CRS. Greetings, programs! Today's Brando review is from the Collector's Corner. I have the 28 Days Later, The Aftermath comic from 2007 from Fox Atomic Comics. Let's do this. So I have to use the numbers.